Hi guys, my name's Taylor Hitzman. I'm 24 years old. I'm part of the medical and billing program. I hope you guys enjoy my video, and I look forward to seeing your guys' as well. Um, let's get started and we'll look at the first item. Before I start, you can't see my bag because it's see-through. I didn't have a brown paper bag, so anyway, back to my first item. It is actually a baseball. Baseball is very important to not only me but my family. Um, my grandfather, my mom's dad, actually had a offer to play baseball for the minor league team of the Reds back during the mid '50s. He turned it down to join the army instead, and I admire that decision. Uh, as for me, I played baseball for a couple years. I coached for a couple years, and it's definitely a big passion of mine. I had season tickets for many years. I actually didn't miss an opening day for about 10 years until about a year ago, and I, you know, some interests of mine have changed, but I still love baseball. And actually, now my brother is on a traveling youth team, and he's pretty good, so hopefully there's some potential there for him. Let's look at my second object, which is actually another baseball, but slightly different. It was actually cut by myself and cupped out. Didn't do too good of a job, but it served its purpose. I actually used it to put my wife's engagement ring in. She was into baseball as well, and it was supposed to be we were supposed to go down to the Reds Hall of Fame where they have an exhibit where you can throw some pitches, and after a couple, I was going to hand her this one with a ring in it. And after I got thinking about it, I realized she probably wouldn't get in there and throw with other people around. So one night after she got home from work, I had the Reds game on, had made her dinner, and actually gave her this ball, which had the ring in it. And since she's my wife now, she obviously said yes. So the next thing in my bag is actually three things to make up one, because I couldn't exclude any of them from the list here. So the first item is actually a pacifier of my daughter, which we welcomed on January 8th of this year. She actually came the day before my birthday. I was kind of hoping she would hold out a little bit and we could share a day. But she came on the 8th, and she's a healthy baby girl, and she's everything to me. So this had to be included. The next thing is actually a wrestling action figure. This one just happens to be Randy Macho Man Savage. And this one is actually my wife's youngest daughter. So, um, my middle daughter, my youngest stepdaughter, um, she loves wrestling. But actually, all of my kids do. Well, the baby likes the lights, but all my kids like the wrestling, and it's something that she wouldn't play with dolls. And we watched wrestling one night. She liked it, so I bought her a couple, and that's she loves it now. So I thought that was a great representation of her, and she's a great representation of me. And finally, for her oldest girl and my oldest daughter and my oldest stepdaughter is a book. It's Fancy Nancy. She loves to read, so I thought naturally the best thing would be to bring a book to represent her and she as well. Those three girls and then my wife are everything to me, and I couldn't think of a better representation of me. Next is my fourth item, and it's actually a spool of fishing line. I'm actually at work right now, back in my office slash stock room, and didn't want to bring in a fishing hook and risk the chance of dropping it and a kid getting a hold of it. I do work in a early child care center, so I thought fishing line would be just as good. And fishing is actually a huge thing for me for years. Um, my uncle actually lived with us. He's my mom's younger brother, and he's always been very outdoors, archery, hunting, fishing, and it just kind of naturally came that I enjoy it as well. And actually, we were both part of a fishing tournament and fishing league here in Ohio, and ever since then, it's just been something great that we do together, and it's how I like to spend a lot of my free time. Just get out and fish and enjoy nature and myself. And again, that's another that, I mean, pretty much tells who I am in my spare time. And my last item is actually a very important item to me, and it's represents something that I no longer have, but that has always affected me, and it was the greatest influence on my life and on who I am. And it is actually a picture of my grandmother. Unfortunately, on my younger brother's second birthday, she became ill and was needed to be taken to the hospital. And on October 16th, which is ironically my wife's youngest daughter's birthday, she passed. And she was a very strong-willed woman. She would tell you how it is. She didn't care. And just her complete outlook on everything was very inspirational. I loved her so much. I still do. I miss her a lot. And she definitely impacted how I was as a person and how I am. And I felt that she had to be included on this list, and in my items. So, unfortunately, as you can see, the picture got a little damaged, but I love this picture of her. It's from when she was younger, and it always brightens me up a little bit to see it. So, that's my 5 items. I look forward to seeing your guys' 5, and I hope you enjoy this video, and good luck in class.